Okay. You know what a new year means for me? A new year to read books that I haven't read before. And that's what this video is. It is going to be me telling you the books that I need to read. It's not even want. It's not even want at this point. Let's be serious. It's need to read by the end of 2023. Even though 2023 is just starting, I hope this will motivate me more than anything. I haven't even planned this out really. Like how many books I want on this. You know what? I am going to pick up a random book, not looking, and I'm going to look at a random page of a book, and I am going to point to a line of it, and I'm going to count how many lines are in that book, and that number is going to be the books that are going to be in this video. I know that is confusing. Oh well. The book I picked up was the Bible, and here, I looked. Here. Okay, that line has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna do the first. Let's do that. The first 8 books that I want to read in 2023. That's good. That's good. So yeah. Okay. Cool. Also, another thing I want to stop in 2023 is those intros. But wait, before this video gets too far, I just posted my what? 200 and I think I don't like it anymore. So I'm just gonna roll with the punches and be a little more casual. Hello, my name is Kyler. Welcome to Tyler with the K, a booktube channel with occasionally other stuff as well. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Maybe you'll be more tempted to after this video, so maybe I shouldn't have said that until after this video finishes. Let me actually move the camera. So yeah, cool. We're gonna do the first 8 books I want to read. I also want to start a new thing where I plan the books I want to read during the month as well, because specifically this school year, a lot of my reading has just been impulse reading, as in finding a book that I find interesting and then just reading it. Although that is a good way potentially to like find new books, I also keep putting off books that I wanted to read for a while, and I think I'd rather read books that I know I wanted to read more than just books that like are random that I found that I wanted to read. So yeah, that's why we're doing this, and I don't know if we're gonna be doing the monthly like picking out the books, but I do want to do that, at least maybe off of this channel. I just want to have some kind of organization when it comes to reading books per month. But yeah, okay. These are the books. First of all, I'll introduce you to this pile that was introduced for the first time during, I guess it was last summer. This pile was constructed on like the first few days of summer vacation. These were the books I wanted to read during the summer. As you can see, there's still some books there. What actually ended up happening during last summer was a lot of rereads that I was not expecting to read, which led a lot of books that I haven't read ever, as well as just some books I wanted to reread that I never read. So I need to choose some from this list the first books I want to read. But the thing is, I'm filming this on December 22nd, which means the year isn't over yet, which means maybe some of these books I'll have finished before the year's over. Okay, let's do this. First book I'm picking out is Scythe by Neal Shusterman. Okay, good. Hasn't fallen yet. I just want to read this book. I don't know that much about it, but it was a Nobel nominee, and it has like science fiction vibes. I don't think I've ever, at least from recent memory, have read a science fiction book, and like this sounds interestingly enough, and people like this book. And I got this book at a book sale, I'm pretty sure, for like $1, and I just want to read it. So yeah, I don't. How good will these explanations be? No idea. We'll have to see. Okay, cool. Next book we have. So I want to read the Grishaverse during like the last days of 2023, but realistically I'm not sure I can, like every single book, on top of hanging out with my family. I'm not sure about that. So let's do this. I want to read for sure one of the first books I'll read in 2023 is gonna be The King of Scars Duology by Leigh Bardugo. Do not flop, please. I started King of Scars and I never finished it, so we have that. And then also Rule of Wolves, which is a hardcover. I don't like hardcovers, but this was the only format available. I want to read these books. I have never read Rule of Wolves, not a single page. I have read a few chapters of this, didn't really get into it. I think if I finish the year with the, I guess with Crooked Kingdom, which was the last book before this book that was released, I can just transition right into it. I feel like, yeah, something that stopped me from reading on in King of Scars was not remembering what happened in the book before, so, yeah. Okay, so that is 3 down. We have 5 to go. I think I want to go to my bookshelf. I have a never read before as well as a read again section, as in shelf. So let's go through those, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, now that we're a little closer. This is the read again, and this is the never read before. Let me think about this a little more before. Okay. Nothing really sparks my eye in the read again section, if I'm being honest. Something that I notice, which isn't necessarily like one of the first books I want to read in 2023, but it is a book I want to read and make a video about for this channel, is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. There's also a movie, and I have this playlist where I read the book and then watch the movie and figure out what the superior is. And I heard, I mean, I have read it, but I can't really remember it, but I have heard that the book and the movie is sad, so, yeah, and I would really love to, like, really cry at a book. I have cried at one book, and one book only. Is it crying? I mean, my ears got teary. There's some moisture there. There's some moisture there for sure. And that was Orbiting Jupiter. Let's focus, Kyler. So yeah, no books on the read again. Unless, I mean, we have 5 left. Be more spontaneous, Kyler. Okay. Sonnets by Shakespeare. This book used to be on my favorite book, but I didn't remember a lot of them. So I kind of want to read that again. I have a lot of dog-eared pages. Focus, please. And yeah, you know what? No, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, none of the read again. However, the never read before, I'm sure there'll be something there. So, okay. I actually did like a similar transition in a previous video that I filmed before I even made a YouTube channel. I'll play it right now just for the kick of it. Let's move you a little up. Okay. Hello. So yeah, that all I'm trying to say is that this was not an original concept, but okay. I do want to read a book called Yoke by Mary H.K. Choi. I think that was actually maybe a book that I got in 2020, which is funny because I actually just filmed a video where I was talking about the books that I bought in 2020, and I didn't include this book. But yeah, so this book actually made it onto the list of favorites of a booktuber in 2022 as one of her favorite books, and I want to read this. I know it's about 2 sisters named June and Jane, and I don't know, I haven't really been exposed to like sibling dynamic books, but I feel like I may like them. Like a sibling dynamic book that I have read, at least a book with siblings in it, was Series of Unfortunate Events, and I really like that series, so yeah, I don't know, I have no reason not to read this, and I've wanted to read it for a while, so it's going on there. No excuses. So that's 4. We're halfway there. 2 other books that come to mind. I want to read Beautiful Boy by David Sheff, as well as Tweak by Nick Sheff. And if you're thinking those people have the same last name, it's because they're related. David is the father and Nick is the son. These 2 books I actually got in 2 separate library book sales, like at the same library, which is kind of cool. And it just talks, okay, so basically Nick is an addict. He's addicted to, I think, methamphetamines, and this book is from his perspective, and this book is from his father's perspective. And I don't think, like, they were written at the same time, but they are, it's just cool. I feel like that's cool, and I feel like it would be cool to also write a book about two fictional characters, about the other as well. But this isn't that, because they're real people, but yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see if there are any, like, overlaps, or, like, maybe even inconsistencies in their accounts. So 2008 was Beautiful Boy, and Squeak was 2007. Really? For some reason I would have thought that Beautiful Boy was before, but I guess not. It was literally a year apart, but, yeah. There is also a movie of Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet. It is R, so although I can't guarantee I'll watch it or make a video about it, hopefully I will at some point. But yeah, I want to read these books because I wanted to for a while. So yeah. Okay. Okay. That's 6, right? 2 more books. Should I do it? Should I do it? Okay, so basically, let me give you a little explanation. Recently I realized that I don't want to take a class next year, and I know that one of these books on this bookshelf would be a book that I would read in said class. At least my sister read it in said class. And I'm thinking maybe I want to read that book. Or a book by the same author. And that author is William Shakespeare. And the book that we would potentially read in that class is Hamlet, but a book that I also do actually want to read is Othello. So maybe it's time. How many books do I have on this list again already? 6? Hold on. I'm rethinking. You know what? No. No. You know why? Because I actually had an idea. I also need to remember that in 2023, I'm not only going to be reading 8 books. So even if this isn't going to be one of my first reads, doesn't mean I'm not ever going to read it. So, yeah. But I'm thinking I did want to do something. Okay, I'm going to do it. I am going to swap out. I'm going to take out Scythe. And I'm going to replace it with a series that I also wanted to read during last summer. And that series is the Renegade series by Marissa Meyer. I have heard of this series and had an interest in this series for a very long time, okay? And I think it's high time for me to read it. It's about superheroes, and used to love superheroes. I used to love superheroes. And yeah, why not? I've wanted to read the series for a while, and I also just want to read a series. Get committed to a story, right? I mean, I know that I do have the King of Scars duology on, like, the first reads of 2023 list as well, but, honestly, I would actually say that I have more of an interest in the Renegade series than the King of Scars duology. That sentence may have just gotten me canceled. Oops. But yeah. And it also, I'm more excited for it than Scythe. Really, these are the books, could I say? Really, yeah. These are the books that I most want to read in this list that I have made for you today, in front of you today. So yeah, cool. As for, like, the order I'm going to read them, I have no idea. It doesn't really matter. I want to find a better rhythm when it comes to my schoolwork, so I can be able to finish my schoolwork as well as read books on the side, and, like, read multiple books, like, each month. Definitely, like, more than I read during the 2022 part of the school year. So yeah, I will work on that. And yeah, I don't even know how long these books will take me to read, but honestly, maybe, you know what, I need to commit to something for once in my life. Excluding the Grishaverse, the 5 books of the Grishaverse before King of Scars and Rule of Wolves, I will read these books first in 2023. That's a very long promise. Okay. And yeah, just as a reminder, here are all the books. Not in the order I'm going to read them, might I add. Can I lift these all up at the same time? Here are the books. Maybe this can be my thumbnail. I like that as a thumbnail. I've never actually, like, picked a thumbnail before I finished filming a video. Like, I've always just scrolled through a video until I found a clip of myself smiling and then made that the thumbnail, but maybe this will be the thumbnail. Maybe, but, yeah, these are the books. Beautiful Boy, Tweak, Yoke, Renegades, Arch Enemies, Supernova, King of Scars, and Rule of Wolves, and I'm pretty excited. I hope you are too. Yeah. We're gonna start maybe a new playlist will be me, like, reading series, book series, because I've never, since PowerPoint Speculation started, outside of our Dark Duets in the Savage Song, I'm pretty sure, in, like, Dear Martin and Dear Duchess, although I'm not sure they're considered, like, a series, I'm pretty sure I've never read a series on here. Oh, and there's Charlotte Dante, right, I just finished that series. Outside of those 3 examples. Really, the opportunities are endless. It'll be fun. It'll be fun regardless. For you and for me. Maybe a little more for you, because you just get to show up while I have to do all the work. I'm kidding. But yeah. Here was my past TBR. This is my now TBR. And yeah, that's all I want to say, so thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye. Whoa!